Right then, guys, welcome in. Let's jump straight in to the charts and have a look at what is going on. Hope everyone's doing well. Jump in the chat. Let us know what you're having a look at, what you have been trading in the last 24 hours. A few moves up on some altcoins, obviously. A lot of demand zones getting met, which we will have a look at over the last 24 hours after that drop into the weekend. Altcoins took a bit of a hit. BTC just doing what BTC does, really, going and seeking demand when it needs it, as tech stocks sold off last week. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at big boy BTC, all the usual stuff. We're going to have a look at the order flow, the order books, who is bidding, who is selling. We've got some volume divergences from these range lows that have already played out, to be honest. So with it only being early days in the week, this is your Monday low, so we've already put in this little Monday high. It won't surprise me at some point in the next 24-48 hours to go and test this Monday low if you're a bit of a range trader like that. Death to the... What's up, Vendetta? Death to the Wintermute market maker meme. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can go into that, to be honest. I did post for the gents in private that after seeing what Sats did and a mask and destroying the order flow, I did say I thought ACT would be next. Did I short it? No. So let's move on. All right, because no point in talking about trades you've suggested unless you actually traded them, because then you just sound like a cunt. So let's have a look at what's going on with BTC then first, and then we'll dive into all that other good stuff. So look, right here, right now, we've come down and we found a little bit of demand at the range low. So absolute lack of bid activity last week as tech in the stock market, you've got to appreciate that correlation, was selling off as well. We come down, we need to auction price. Where do we auction price? We auction price at the value area low. We've found some spot bid, as you can see here, group spot bid. Okay, now we need to confirm this zone or float it straight up and just meet some offers and ask above. But yeah, right here, right now, perps depths, main depth on perps, as you can see here. Okay, mainly concentrating on USDT Binance, 2.5 to 5% away. Spot, not too interested now as price has moved up. That's generally what you will get if you're smart. You want to bid the range lows. But Coinbase Pro have got a little bit there in the 2.5 to 5. Binance not too interested. Kraken with a little bit, and Qcoin have actually been bidding these lows as well. So we just have a look at the let's go to full window and have a look. Let's go to there. Okay, so you can see where you've come from. 8K was the defense level. Not much of a big order, but obviously, again, once again, in this, and I know I keep repeating this for the last week or so, but in this low open interest environment, which we've got a lack of activity going on in the market. This is like in the summer, how the summer trades already, you know. So it's not taking much effort to push price up or float it down to meet that demand. Yeah, it's just not taking much. So that's where we came from last week. Obviously, you know, bid level was... Perps did have some bid last week. They were trying, weren't they? Bless them. They were trying, and I think this was worth a little play. But not a lot you can do for your magic internet money when tech stocks are selling off. Yo, what's up, Swaps? What's up, Rude Soup? Cat, do you own some cat coins, sir? So yeah, and that's just what happens, you know, and then you go into a weekend and obviously people start to risk off, but it's nice to see now that the perps depth is back. Okay, so this is good to see. Doesn't mean you can't come down and fill this perps depth, but it is back. Okay, you've got it in the 2.5 all the way up to that 25% range. Do I care about the 25% range? No, I don't. Okay, but it's nice to see it back. Spot market, you've got an 8K level there, you've got a couple of levels lower, so I think this is really the local zone to be doing business. Weekly open, monthly open, happy Fool's Day everybody if you're into that kind of shit. And then you've got the range lows here, so this is where you want to be doing business if you want a bit of risk on. Higher time frame, bigger levels, we still do have 75k and then higher there 90k, so you can see we're pretty much in the middle there, not quite, but pretty much in the middle. So I don't really want to be thinking about these levels, yeah, until I get there. At the minute, we're trading, we're going to trade in this zone here, okay? So, won't surprise me if BTC just floats around here for the next 24 hours. Yesterday was an okay move up, but we didn't get too much out of it, all right? Volume, I don't think we're seeing much edge in volume. We really just need to concentrate on the bid and ask at the minute. The only thing you can say is we had some bullish divergences into these range lows where we found that group spot bid. Now, similar to last week, we actually had some bullish divergences last week. The trouble was last week we just couldn't find enough bid to send price up, so they failed and we dropped below. Okay, we broke that kind of 4-hour structure and that trend line. Well done, trend line traders. And we had to go find a bid. Very, very low open interest, low LS ratio, and everything's looking, yeah, pretty chilled and calm here. If the retail traders start to get excited and that funding rate gets overexcited here, just as you know, we've not got that demand sat under price wanting to push it up, then I'd be aiming to go and take these lower levels again, this Monday low, and that's the area to look at doing a bit of business. You know, and that is the way to do it. Just play it level to level, nice and easy, right here, right now. No bid specifically under price. Coinbase have been doing a little bit of selling just under this 85k level. Other exchanges, not too much to speak of, to be honest. Qcoin, they've been bidding, so it's nice to see those guys back in the market. Perps, yeah, we talked about perps on USDT, Binance, Bitfinex, no edge in them. BitMEX, OG traders over at BitMEX, really looking to defend this zone at 81. Where would that be? It's at the range lows, obviously, again, but it would just take out your Monday low that we put in yesterday. So, good to see that. Now and again, the BitMEX chart can more often than not be pretty messy, to be honest. But now and again, BitMEX, OG traders at BitMEX, they do offer us some really good edge and alpha in the order flow, in the order books now and again. Okay, guys. So, yeah, not a lot else to say on BTC. Nice and easy here. Let me just go quickly check. Let me just go check funding and all that shit. So yeah, you can see here. Let me go to a 1 hour basis. So open interest down here. You can just see where we came from the other week, okay, or back on the 24th. High open interest, obviously, into a supply zone. Yep. Perps tried to hold the market up, couldn't quite get it. We've just come into this very low open interest environment again, into those lows yesterday. Very low open interest and flickers and flirts of negative funding. Yeah, we don't trade off this shit. We don't trade off just seeing negative funding. We don't trade just because we see negative open interest. We need to see a bid under price, or, you know, similarly, if you've got high open interest, you want to see selling on the price as well. But nice to see these in a calm market. Another thing to look at, because you lot love your deltas. Same thing in delta. So you can see our structure and range there. Delta's very chilled as well, if anybody's looking at those. So the volume delta's very chilled. Open interest deltas all very chilled. It's all telling the same story. Whichever way we flow in the next 24-48 hours, I don't think it's going to take too much to get price to move there, to be honest. Okay, so a couple of levels there: weekly open, monthly open, 4-hour value area low, and highs at the top. Where are we getting those from? Let's just have a really quick look for the TA nerds amongst us at that 4-hour range. Okay, so yes, you are in a range. BTC ranges for 90% of its life prior to expansion, which we came from. Okay, that breakdown, and now you're auctioning price again. I absolutely love a range. I think it offers the best trading in the market. More often than not, when you are trending, okay, and you get that expansion, it's more a case of just sit on your hands and do nothing. Yeah, but when you're in a range, you can play it both ways. Yeah, what's up, everyone? Yeah, so if you're new in the chat, jump in the chat. If you want me to have a look at anything, we can do that. We're just going to have a quick look at the trading view chart and the levels that we're battling with at the minute, okay? So pointed out in the video earlier, if you've not seen it, that you're just going to battle this 84k region, okay, which is the point of control. You don't even have to know that. Just look left at the chart. It's going to be a little bit of lower time frame resistance here, okay? Monday lows there. Where are your Monday lows? Value area low of this 4-hour range, and that's it. It's nice and easy here. We could spend a bit more time here before any further push up. The levels we just looked at, obviously 75k down to that end, and then we had some higher levels and order blocks up at the, probably still up at 88, and then we had some at 90k as well, didn't we? So nice to see that the TA lining up with the order flow. What rules what? I would say the order flow rules the technical analysis. What the hell makes your pattern, sir, when you get a nice crystal ball spider Ganfan fucking bat pattern? Well, it is the price action that dictates that pattern, and that is where you get it from in our OBD. So yeah, not a lot to see here really, not much bid underpriced, but depths are back. And as I say, if we get any drops, I would keep an eye on those Monday lows. Okay, it's more often than not, if you're a range trader, it's good to trade those Monday lows if we come down. But I'm not seeing a reason to short the market just yet. But just be aware, BitMEX are ready, OG traders, perps depth for back. And there's your spot levels, 80k for now. Okay, for now. Do we float right back up and just squeeze this up? No, I don't think so. I think we're still in a little bit of a low volatility environment, to be honest. You can see that even just if you go look at a B-vol chart on TradingView, volatility is very low. Okay, so let's hope we do get some upside in risk assets and our magic internet money coins. I think that'd be very nice, and especially since Jim Cramer last night said that this is the worst time to buy stocks. Cheers, Jim. Let's have a look at what stock market is doing. Let's have a look at the heat map. In the red again. We're only an hour or so into the US session, so let's give it a bit of time. But you know, you would say, looking at stocks very, very quickly before we jump into crypto meme coins and what is going on there, you're very highly correlated to the tech stock, so you have to take this into account. Okay, whatever you think Bitcoin is going to do, correlation with tech stocks is high. I think it's possibly still lagging by about a week or so. Obviously, we've got big sell-offs on NASDAQ and a few other tech stocks. So let's keep an eye on things. S&P back-tested its trend line, and here we are. It wouldn't surprise me if Mr. Big DT, Donald Trump, calms down a little bit, if we get another big rally and just reclaim this trend. But I'm certainly no expert in legacy markets, to be honest. I know enough to get me by, but I'm not going to suggest that this is going to rally back up anytime soon. It's a nasty, nasty breakdown. The only thing that is going for us is 10-year yields is turning over once again. Dixie obviously trying to push up here, but it is in the lows anyway. So let's see what we get. All right, guys. So look, back to the flows. Drop in the chat if you've got me any juicy altcoins we need to look at. I think what we'll do first, I think I've covered Bitcoin there really. I'm not seeing a reason to short. If the market just drops, okay, I'm going to look for those Monday lows, and obviously we've got the BitMEX boys and girls supporting price a little bit lower. I think that's going to be a good trading opportunity if you've got no longs here. I think first and foremost, what we need to do is obviously dive into the screener, don't we, and just see if there's anything moving right now that we need to have a look at. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So as I say, this is our spot chart, okay, on the right. Spot chart on the right, perps on the left there, just to see if there's any juicy perps trades. A lot of coins, still call them coins, don't we, assets, have been in really, really good demand zones. We'll have a look in a second. I just wanted to see if there's any standout charts here. This is the way to use the screener, to be honest. Once you get familiar with it, you'll flick to the screener. Maybe for a few hours of the day, you won't see anything that particularly stands out to you, you know? So you don't take a trade. And then sometimes one asset will just jump out to you and say, yep, okay, let's have a look at this. God, volume. Look at that. Look at the volume on ACT. 170. Wow, yeah. Well, that's yeah, it's trade count is right down as well. We'll have a look at it in a second. I've got other stuff that I need to discuss with you, but ACT is yeah, fucking nightmare, isn't it? New kind of flipping in. The only thing I would say is, and I've just posted this on Twitter, is a lot of these a lot of meme coin order books, and I've showed this before in last week's video in the DEX, even on DEX Screener. A lot of altcoin order books are getting held up by like nothing. It's not organic trading going on with them. It's either the exchange putting some kind of, I might be wrong here, so the lads, the team at TRDR have to correct me, but it's either the exchange putting up the liquidity to me, it looks like they're literally holding up the price, or the market maker is, you know, vice versa, whatever, whichever way, yeah. Act, I posted in the Discord because after seeing Sats and Mask Nuke, I posted in Discord last night, I said Act will be next, and I was looking for a little spike up on it to short into, to be honest, and didn't get it. So that's another trade that Nick didn't take, so I won't go on about that because I sound like a cunt. Right, so what we're saying, Vendetta. So Binance changed the allowed level on meme coins, and rumour is that triggered a lick cascade. Look, you guys probably know more than me. The only thing I'll say is, yeah, that was my posting thingy. I said Sats did similar and never recovered. Act next. But then that was last night, and then we got this. But did I short it? No, did I fuck so? Salty about that, to be honest. But I've just posted a lot of altcoin and meme coin order books. Have looked dead for a while now. Zombie order flows, I call it. They just the price is getting held up, and if they don't do that, they're going to go to negative numbers, like Luna. Absolute lack of activity with exchanges and market makers simply holding the price up. Be aware, most will go to zero, and I don't mean right now. Right, I don't mean they're all just going to start nuking, but eventually a lot of these meme coins and even altcoins that are just an absolute sack of shit, if they get any moves up, it's going to be a rush to liquidity and people are just going to try and get out, and eventually I think it's going to be healthy. A lot of them are just going to fucking die off. But DGen Arc posted this, so let's just have a look at this quickly. If you're wondering what Wintermute is doing right now, here is my 2 cents. We saw that Wintermute interacted with USD1, the stable coin from World Liberty Financial. That being a major deal for them, they are de-risking all assets that might be non-compliant or non-matching the new brand direction they are taking for institutional player. They have options contracts with all those and have already profited, so they can just close their positions just like this. No fucks given. Look, I don't know how true that is. Probably a little bit of Binance, maybe a little bit of Wintermute. I don't know, but you can certainly see in the order flow, you know. And again, you know, not gonna larp on. Show me the chart, I'll show you the news, because if you did look at Act at the time, it had real big depth under it on the perps market. Okay, but it's just not organic whatsoever. Really not organic. Nice to see Pepe is still doing big volume. One of the biggest volumes on spot on Binance, so keep an eye on Pepe. It's going to infinite monies, sir or madam. Right, okay, so I just wanted to have a quick look at the screener as always. I check this about every 15 minutes at the minute, just to see if I'm missing out on anything, because you never know when one little gem coin will just pop in here and you have a look at it and, you know, you say, oh yeah, nice one. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, not too much to see. Like I know for a fact EOS has always got this kind of bid on it. XTZ, Bonkava, Floki, Vet, VChain. Do we need to have a look at VChain? VChain's been around for a while, hasn't it? Let's have a quick look. Why can't I sign in? Don't know what's going on there. I was going to look at Vet, wasn't I? I don't know why it signed me out then. No problema. Vet, let's have a look. Yes, a Vet. Yeah, I quite like these lows. Yeah, Vet looks quite nice here. Dynamic spot order book following up. Looks quite nice. Come down, trying to round off. Yeah, it could be a nice trade up, that. Could be a nice trade up on Vet. Perps looking shit. Again, this is what I mean by that kind of algorithm type of flow. But yeah, Vet looking quite nice. And just to show you, really, a couple of the coins have been in some good demand. I don't think... Yeah, so Sol, let's go through a few of the altcoins while you guys tell me if I need to have a look at any. So Sol has been hitting some demand and had a bigger level there at 120. I don't think it looked amazing for a trade, and you can see even now it's not moved much. What's nice to see on Sol though, it does have pretty good order books when people get more active trading it, and it's just nice to see now these offers are just trying to float up. Okay, so price is coming up. Offers just coming away from price as it pulls up. Few alerts in the bottom there, so spot alerts in the bottom. ETH I thought looked pretty good on the way down. Wasn't watching this at the time. BTC didn't actually move too much, did it? And a lot of the alts got really, really hammered. And this price action on ETH looks like someone's just had enough, to be honest. This price action looks like some big player has just said, fuck this, I'm out. You know what I mean? But where did you want to trade ETH if you wanted to get in? You always look for the biggest level. Biggest level was down here, okay, at 1750. And look at that orange overlay there. So you had about a 90 spot ratio on the ETH overlay. So if you are a bit of a sadomasochist and enjoy trading ETH still, I don't know why you would, because there's better coins out there to trade. Although it trades slowly, so it is an easy one. But yeah, always trade with the top levels. Group spot bid on ETH down there at that 1750 level, okay? Sue has been a little bit messy. Okay, so Sue has been bid all over the place, and a lot of this is spot bid. So, you know, nothing wrong with people just buying spot, but if you want to trade derivatives on this thing, you need a little bit more edge, to be honest, because alerts on Sue have just been firing off like crazy. I quite liked LTC down here. Okay, I did very much like it when it came down to this level here. And then I was actually watching the charts when they pulled these. Thought, right, they're going for a bid a little bit lower. But LTC looking nice. And again, this is like, it's just basically saying to you, we're in spot demand. You know, this is not a zone in a low open interest environment I would be looking to short into. Well done if you did catch any of these kind of shorts from last week or prior to the weekend. A lot of the time, the top levels here, which are the larger order blocks, call them top levels because they are the top level at this time in this time period, okay? Do get well respected. So if you did catch any of the shorts, what time of the day was that? 10:45, 11:15, yeah. If you did catch any of the shorts, really, really well done, because this is the kind of thing you want to be looking at. You want to be hedging a short or just shorting your position here and looking to aim down at these lower levels. Root Soup says news in 10 minutes. What news, sir? What news? What news, sir? Let us know, please. So yeah, and even coins like XRP, really, really good demand zone down here. If you're an Illuminati lizard loving XRP lover and you think it's going to 589 any moment, this was the area to do business, okay? So you can watch the price action. This is a beautiful chart, actually. That's why I've got XRP up here, because it does trade nice, and I'm not even a fan of the coin. XRP, so it's getting spot bid here. You can see these are the alerts, yeah? So these are the alerts triggering. It's getting spot bid, but where do you want to do business? Even if you're excited at seeing that zone there, this level at $2 just above is where you want to be doing business. Really, really now. ISM manufacturing, PMI, and USD JOLTS job openings. Rude Soup, what's that got to do with our magic internet money? Right, how is that going to make Fartcoin go up? Like, come on. Or any of our meme coin bags. Give me some meme coin alpha, sir. Come on. ISM manufacturing. I didn't even know that, to be honest. Is it? Yeah, it could have a little effect on the... let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Verify, don't trust. Verify, don't trust. What we got going on then? There you go. Okay, yeah, okay, we have now verified Rude Soup's news, and we now trust Rude Soup. Yeah, okay. Well, look, I mean, look, yeah, that's fucking whatever. I hate to say it, but I don't give a flying fuck about any of that, because I ain't trading pips in Forex. How many pips did you get today, sir? How many pips did you get? No one cares. What price is Fartcoin going to? Right, what am I doing? We're having a look at XRP, aren't we? Pepe, nice chart on Pepe. I can't ever remember why I've got this line drawn here, but I've had it drawn forever. And it's doing, and I am keeping an eye on Pepe, because out of all, in fact, I say meme coins, but in fact, out of all altcoins, it's doing some big volume, okay? So I've just got this on 24-hour volume. Obviously, BTC, ETH, XRP, we know what's happened to ACT. And then some of the others on the spot market. Pepe is still doing, it's doing some good volume on spot, so I want to have a look at that. could do with looking at the perps volume as well, actually. But no real decent overlays on it and bid ask in that flow. But the perps order flow is not bad, to be honest. Okay, so even when your chart looks a little bit messy like this, like there's all these overlays, just watch for these top levels, okay, that are chase price. There's always hints, and like there now, who is that? 495.2 million bid on Pepe right here, right now. You watch, it'll just sink down. It'll fill this guy and sink straight down. But yeah, just keep an eye on some of these coins, and if you are looking to trade them, please trade the coins with bigger volume, because they are easier. If you're trading ACT, doing 250, 60 or whatever K volume, which I don't even think it was doing that, you could be in trouble when they really start to move. Uni, okay, so I don't know what someone knows about Unicoin, but it is very bid down here, very bid. Polkadot, another good one, another really good one, and look at where that alt diamond hit. So you can get alerts back here, and this is why we say don't be an alert trader, yeah, because you can get the alerts here. So this is the alt diamond and top level pro alert. You can get them back there, and it's fine if you just want to day trade and try and scalp that, but where's your risk reward? Where's your stop loss in that zone? It's much nicer if you're very patient through the weekend, let it come, let it fill some of this demand, let it come towards your top levels, and that's the one you want. When is that the one you want? Well, it's obviously when Bitcoin is putting in a tiny bit of a local bottom as well, isn't it? Oh, Rude Soup, yeah, I'm only taking the piss, mate. I know it will affect things. Yeah, I'm only taking the piss, mate. Job data coming out tomorrow. Vendetta, we don't give a shit about that either. No, I'm only joking. What's up, Alexi? Yeah, I'm only joking. Right, what's Big Boy doing then? He's going to dump back to Monday lows. Yeah, not a lot to see here. I mean, look, you could have traded this yesterday and then let price float up. There's not a lot to see on BTC here, so let's go through some of the other altcoins. Dogecoin, not a lot to see. Aave, let's see what Fartcoin is doing. It's an absolute beast when it gets going, isn't it? Trump, I want to keep an eye on that because I think they've got an unlock. Oh, something's going on with Trump soon. I can't remember what it was. I saw it on Twitter earlier, so it wouldn't surprise me if it absolutely giga-nukes even further. If it pumps, I think it'd be a bit of a liquidity grab. Cardano, another one. Quite a good chart from Cardano. Phil, yeah, not much there. Give me a shout if there's any I need to look at. Oh, BNB. Perps traders having a little bit of action on BNB. That might be worth a watch. If you're inclined to short a central exchange and one of the biggest on-chain coins, then that could be the one. But I don't particularly like shorting BNB, I do have to say. But if it comes up here, I wouldn't say no, because that is the better risk reward. So in that case, I'd just add it to my alerts, and then let's see what we get. But yeah, bit of pressure on BNB. Even WIF was coming down to a demand zone. Yeah, so the hat was staying on. It's now getting sold into quite aggressively on spot. So someone got a tiny bounce on WIF, and they've just gone, oh fuck this, I'm getting out. Unbelievable. What high did it hit? Didn't it go over $3 WIF or something? Didn't it go? Oh God, look at that. You'd puke, wouldn't you? Do you imagine still holding that and thinking you're getting a whiff on the Las Vegas Sphere? So you buy whiff at $4 because some nerd on Twitter says he's going to put the whiff logo on the Vegas Sphere, so you buy up here. Fucking hell. Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I would puke so bad. Right, what else is going on? Yeah, there's a few things I've been looking at. I do like the ENA chart. ENA is very much at some range lows. I just don't like this order flow on ENA, to be honest. ETC, FET. Let's have a look at a few of those before we watch Bitcoin for a moment as manufacturing news comes out. So people sell their magic internet money. 4.5, was that the high? Yeah, unbelievable, wasn't it? And I bet those same crypto Twitter nerds that were shilling the Sphere publicity, were probably taking the other side of that trade and spot exit liquidity and probably even shorting the market, weren't they? I would say. What's going on then? Yeah, things are moving up. A little bit of, look, as I said, I don't think there's any reason to short BTC right here. We've pretty much taken all the weekend highs now. It's nice, easy trading this. I like it when a Monday does this. So when a Monday instantly puts in those lows there and then we instantly take the highs, it's nice area to do some trading right here, right now. I don't think we've got much edge on volume right now. To be honest, 15-minute basis, funding's coming up. Yeah, not much, not much edge at the minute. I'd maybe, I'd see if if we get a little bit of supply in the market and then just see if retail traders get a little bit firmer here. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all to come back down and retest this zone. But that can take time, as we know, in this low volatility market. Liquidity check. Let's have a look at liquidity check on a higher time frame. Actually, I've not checked that in a bit. So look, you can see where you are at these range lows, and I will call it a range until it breaks, unfortunately. Whether you like it or not. Range lows, range highs. Okay, nice and easy. Do it in trading view, or you do it in the TRDR console. Okay, fixed range. Yeah, highs. Let me just pull that slightly. Lows there. Rocket's doing well. Rocket alert's doing well at the minute. Point of control. So it's exactly the same as trading view, to be honest. Okay, so you can see where we are here. And as we are down here battling this zone, we can see that we had an absolute nuke, really, in the open interest. So we went from those highs of open interest up at the range highs, which was nice to see. Real spike in open interest to low open interest. But what I would say is the order books are pretty dead at the minute. You can just see the spot order book is really telling you it's range bound. Okay, so you've gone from the lows there, really range bound, and same with the perps order book as well. So in this kind of environment, even this one back here, I didn't short BTC back here. I'm just not that fussed for it, you know. I prefer to put aggressive shorts on the market when we've got, you know, when the high open interest is in confluence with loads of supply in the order books. Spot order books are full, perps order books are full. In this kind of environment, I'm just not, rightly or wrongly, I mean, everyone trades a little bit different, don't they? I'm just not that fussed for it, to be honest. I'd rather just let price fall down and then bid it back up in this low open interest and negative funding environment. Right, is everything else moving? You've probably got pretty low correlation at the minute. I mean, everything will still follow BTC to a certain extent. But yeah, some coins doing pretty well. I was a bit gutted that Sonic didn't come a bit lower here, because this has been a really nice one to trade. So previously FTM, Sonic, really nice one to trade. Really good order books as well. Keep an eye on this one if you do get any further lows. Really nice. Rune order flow has been dead. Just bear in mind that the perps market on Rune is pretty busy and pretty full, so I don't know whether they know something. And the Rune chart's pretty nice, actually. Rune chart is very nice on trading view. Right, come on then, Bitcoin, let's come down. Let's go. Yeah, I think your main sellers, BitMEX have got slight ratios there. They might just be wanting to fill their bid lower. Yeah, you've had some selling from Coinbase Pro. They tend to play these ranges pretty well. They obviously don't do as much volume as Binance, but they do tend to get the right side of the trade. Coinbase Pro. That's why I like them on my alerts, to be honest. But yeah, not too much to see here. If it does fall down again, it'd be nice just to confirm that zone. So Fabio. So yeah, let us know what was the data then for Root Soup? Tell me what this means then. Yeah, I don't fucking fuck knows. Fuck knows. I'm no expert on this shit. Absolutely no expert on this shit. Is it having any effect on the stonk market? Not at the minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty neutral day, isn't it? Pretty neutral day. S&P had quite a nice bounce yesterday, but that's all you've got to take it for at the minute. Tesla's still quite low. You got a big discount on Tesla. I think there's a big discount on a lot of stocks. So depending on which way you want to position yourself, you know, you could be seeing some value. To be honest, yeah, a little drop here. Rude Soup says, I catch the perfect short on USD JPY, I think you mean that. Easy pip and BTC scalp. Pips, how many pips did you get, sir? Pip traders, 0.0001%. I think if you're trading Forex, you need to sling in some big volume if you're trading Forex. Because it hardly fucking moves. Right, what's everything else doing then? Let's go back to the screener then, see if there's any aggressive shorts coming into the market. Not that I can see there. Supply side on spot, any big shorts coming in the market. I'm quite familiar with some of these, and they are generally, a lot of these are generally in supply. Arc. Do I want to trade that? No, not really. Yeah, what's going on with Theta? Okay, Theta was quite a good chart the other day. Theta, oh god, yeah, it's no, okay, I'm lying, it's not a good chart. You can look at this and say, oh, look at that, it's coming to a demand zone, but then when it gets pulled or they've moved that up, someone's even filled a spot bid there and it's just nuked afterwards. Yeah, not very good chart, to be honest, there on Theta. We'll leave that alone. So, yeah, not a lot. I can look at these, to be honest, because I'm quite familiar with them and just say, yep, these are in supply. Do I want to trade it? No, not really, because it's the usual suspects in here. This just a lot of them generally do look like this. Zek, let's just have a quick look at Zek. Zek, no, not really. It's just kind of moving up, isn't it? Let's get rid of Zek. Let's have a look. Okay. Funding rate. DYDX, okay. Let's have a look at any big negative open interest with some negative funding that we want to maybe look for a bounce. Rose. Yeah, not really. Okay, so let's go to the bid side if we're going to drop. If we are going to drop to the bid side. Has anything changed in here? XTZ, Jup, Dot. Yeah, we know about Dot. We've just seen that, but I think the bid is a little bit lower, really. EGLD. Not seen that one for a little while. Not traded that for a long time. Edu. Okay. Comp. Don't ignore comp. It's already moved. It blasted up earlier. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. This will just come straight back down. It'll come straight back down, to be honest. Don't touch that, to be honest. Let's have a look. MCF. What is MCF? Have we got data on it? Vendetta. Have we got data on it? I can go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. MCF. What is that? Have we got... I can check TradingView if you want me to. Right, for your pip trading, MCF. Do they use what meta? Is it a MetaTrader on that though? God, I haven't used a MetaTrader for years and years and years. I don't think I'd remember how to even use it. Yeah, they look so old school, don't they? The MetaTraders. Well, they used to. I don't know if they do now, obviously, but they used to look so old school. Come on then, let's go get them. Let's go down and find some demand. Not too much to see here, really. It'd be nice if we just quickly go take those Monday lows and then really see if we can find some demand. Maybe pop back up. Maybe it's a good trading week. Maybe we're in for a little bit of a good trading week. Let's have a look. Any alerts firing off? Nearer, I'm going to get rid of that one out my alert system, to be honest. Yeah, I got a whiff alert a little bit earlier, a couple of hours ago actually. We have looked at that. even if you're scalping day trading, sometimes they're not to be ignored when you get the sell side alerts. Sell side alerts on altcoins can be a lot better than the bid side alerts sometimes. It can be very, very genuine, to be honest. Let's keep an eye on BTC, see where he's going. So Fabio says, an idea I just think of. Alert called when Delta Perp 0 to 100k moving 1% and Perp 100k moving down 1% in candle. Good trending move for BTC, I think. Yeah, I did set up a Delta on the open interest alert, on the open interest volume and order book depth. You could it's certainly easy enough if you want to have a play with it. I can share that with you right now. If you want to have a play with this and add volume in, okay, you could, these are all deltas. These are all deltas in here. So you could quite easily just edit this and add volume in. Bear in mind, I've had to look at the conditions for this, and the conditions are based on, really for me, a 1 hour basis. You know, hitting this negativity here, and it rarely hits on the order book depth actually, but up here, and then for the long side, hitting that positive area there, like there. So right through, and then obviously you want it on that bid side as well. But I can share that if you want to have a play with it. Let me share that with you. Yeah, just go and have a look at that, and then change it. It'll just give you an idea. Very easy to do. Very easy to do. I won't do it now because I'd have to think about it and check the parameters and stuff, so I won't bore everyone with that. But yeah, very easy to do. I would suggest you get the delta indicator on your chart, have a look at the parameters, and then just start adding it into the alert. Then just give it a little test, and yeah, just see what you get out of it. Very easy to do. Very easy. Cool on then, Bitcoin. Let's have it. It's come down. See if we can get them Monday lows. Yeah, just give it a test. Give it a test. I would make your parameters a little bit easier to hit while you're testing it. You know, so yeah, 1% is probably not much. And if you're doing it in a candle move, you'd have to put it on like you'd have to change your conditions a little bit, maybe at the end in here. So I've got it kind of like on values, so less than or greater than, and then I just have it, you know, in real time here. But you might want to say on a bar close, moving 1 or 2% negative in this direction or positive, and that might work quite nice for you. Yeah, might work quite well. Could be a bit of alpha in there, certainly. Yeah, could be a bit of alpha. Right, so what is going on here then? Do I need to check if tech stocks are nuking as well? Ooh, that's a bit redder than when we first came on. Yeah, I'm not looking for nukes, to be honest. It's a bit shit to be looking for big shorts when prices are already moving down. And Jim Cramer is saying this is a shit day for buying stocks. Well, I would inverse that and buy some stocks, to be honest. But yeah, look, everything's just moving with BTC here, isn't it? To be honest, everything's going to move with BTC. So it could be a nice week of trading. We certainly need to confirm some areas, don't we? Ooh, what was that, LTC? Yeah, I got a bit of long LTC from here. I just want to see if it comes down and meets this demand zone again, because that's the better risk reward there. I think that was like 2-3% away. But that's if BTC can get there. Let me go to a 5-minute chart, see if we've got any bid coming in. So you've got a bit of spot bid ratio coming on BTC. Coinbase not too interested until we go a little bit further. Gemini Twins again 2.5 to 5% away. Similar with others. Anyone on perps coming in and getting a bit aggressive? No, not yet. We're not that far away from the Monday lows, to be honest. Let me just go back to a 15-minute. We're not that far away from the Monday lows. So that'd give the best risk reward trade. A BitMEX still there. Yeah, BitMEX are still there, but you want to see them fill, to be honest. So that's what I would say. Right, so drop in the chat if you've got any questions or anything we need to look at together. But a pretty steady week of trading, I think. Nice to see we've got some order blocks below. Offers moving up on BTC, so I'm not going to get overly bullish or overly bearish. Couldn't actually give a flying fuck. We will trade whatever comes, okay? But summary at the minute, if we drop, I'd like to see this 80k level confirmed for the lower time frame, which is just under those Monday lows in the 4-hour value area low. As open interest is pretty chilled, funding is chilled, everything's, you know, been nuking for 2 weeks, not particularly bothered about big shorts. We know we've got this level here at 75k, and we've got the level there at 90k. Well, they're quite far away. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit on your hands until we hit one of them, or do you want to trade these levels below? Weekly open, just holding on BTC for now, but not much bid on it, not much to be honest. So yeah, not much edge in the volume. The bullish divergences from down here, I would say, are already played out. No bearish divergences up here just yet, because we haven't put in any significant higher highs or anything. So I'm not too keen on short in the market. You're pretty much at the same price you were 12 hours ago. So you'll know me, I don't really like trading within a crab area, within, you know, the same price region. And that's it really. I think it's going to be a pretty good week. Be aware that altcoins have come to some demand zones, yeah? So don't get overly bearish on drops. Just trade what you see. BTC can drop here. I'd like to see it meet a bit of demand. It could take a bit more effort to get any lower though, especially seeing as your perps market tends to want to be back with a bid. So even if you drop a bit further, the perps market has got some bid depth there. It's you know, it's always good to see this, especially if you see this kind of thing in a trending market. There's not much edge on it because we haven't got big levels here defending price, but it's just to say that if we drop to these kind of levels, 2.5 to 5 and beyond, these guys are ready to bid the market back up. And don't forget, you've got BitMEX there as well. So BitMEX doing a little bit of selling, but they've got those levels there as well. All right, guys. So look, yeah, Fabio, have a look at that alert, see if you can get anything off it. Drop us messages in the socials. I'll share it with everyone if you find any edge in it. ETH demand a little bit lower. LTC still got some demand a little bit lower. Even the Lizard Coin XRP. Okay, you're coming from a demand zone. Doesn't mean you can't go and back test these demand zones. Okay, but I wouldn't get overly bearish. It's always a case of where have you come from and where are you trying to go. Yeah. So yeah, don't get too overly bearish. Supply is not majorly heavy on any of these coins right here, right now. It's just, for me personally, I believe it's lack of participation in the market. Open interest is pretty low. You've got lack of bid. You know, you're just starting to see it come in now. So any falls in prices, okay, it's literally pure lack of bid. Probably some market selling, giving it that little push, and away we go. Obviously, keep an eye on tech stocks as well, okay, because the correlation there between them and BTC is pretty high at the minute. All right, guys. But look, that's it really. If you come down, wait for your ratios to fill up, you might be able to get a nice long with that low open interest. Make sure the volume is still in. Make sure the volume is still diverging as well, okay? And maybe we can give the bears a little bit of a squeeze. But right here, right now, just let it settle a bit, okay? It's low volatility. You're the same price as you were 24 hours ago. All right, guys. But yeah, if you think of any questions, I'm always around in the channel chats, okay, in the Telegram or in the Discord. Grab a link from below for a free trial, and we will speak soon. Cheers, guys.